How's it going, my dreamers? This is Born to Dream, here with week number 3 of our matchup with the LA Arcanines. And ignore that name there. It is actually Jason Jupiter, who we will be facing this week. I am Born to Dream, your coach of the Phoenix Probo Passes. And yeah, this is his team this week. He did not. This isn't the person with Manaphy. That's someone else. We're gonna fight that person sometime in the next couple weeks, I know. But this is who we're facing. My biggest concerns are definitely Volcanion. I think Volcanion has a pretty strong handle on most of my team members. Heliolisk is a problem. I would say Kyurem with Choice Scarf is a problem. And I'm not too worried about Mew or Shaman. Mega Pidgeot maybe, but not so much Mew or Shaman. I watched the last 2 weeks of his battles with who was it? The let me put this in full screen too. Sorry about that. It's a little minor detail I didn't consider. He went up against Evan's team. I forgot his team name. Oh, the Brighton Bronzers and the what's Frostfire's team? I don't remember, but I watched the last 2 weeks, and Mew was basically used as like a utility mon, which is usually what people use Mew as. So that's not too much of a surprise for me. I mean, who knows? Maybe this week he'll go all offensive against me. Especially since I know he's a little worried about Choice Scarf Lando T. So he might go all offensive with that Mew. But I think for the most part he'll use that as utility. The only other Pokemon that can run Stealth Rocks on his team is Aggron. And I don't think he's going to be... I don't know, he might still run Stealth Rocks Aggron, but I won't count on it. So yeah, that's pretty much his team. I mean, those are basically the mons I'm worried about. I mean, there's Aggron's somewhat of a problem too. I don't know, maybe not too much, but Machamp is a problem because Choice Scarf Dynamic Punch is so fucking annoying. But I have ways of dealing with that too. So anyways, this is the team that I am going to be bringing this week. Voila. So, let me full screen this too. And, yeah, this is the team we're bringing this week. Obviously, I'm bringing the Choice Scarf Lando T, just like I did last week. Went with Superpower instead of Explosion this week, because Superpower takes care of Kyurem B, with regular Kyurem. I think it's pretty much a one-hit KO with Superpower against regular Kyurem, so without any HP investments or anything like that. So that's pretty much why it's a more accurate Stone Edge, basically. But I still run Stone Edge for, you know, Mega Pidgeot, that sort of thing. And yeah, so it's basically Lando T. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, Lando T is, you know, basically a scout versus Mew and Shaman. And, yeah, it's basically Lando T. I think Lando T is going to be the mon that I use to try to win this week. Definitely want to make sure I keep Lando T as long as I possibly can, because I think he's going to have a pretty good handle on everything this week, other than Quagsire and yeah, basically just Quagsire. So yeah, that's Lando T running, you know, typical Lando T stuff. There's not much to say. We're going with Metagross this week, and Metagross is always interesting to me whenever I bring this thing, because I always run something slightly different from last week. This is basically what I ran previous week, but I have Zen Headbutt instead of Bullet Punch. Zen Headbutt is there because he really doesn't have any switch-ins to the Zen Headbutt. Sort of like how Elite 4 didn't really have any switch-ins. Aggron really is the only switch in he has. If I get rid of Aggron, he can't really safely switch into this thing. Even Volcanion will take like 60 or 70% damage, which is huge, because again, that's the Pokemon I'm really worried about this week. So, yeah, once when Aggron's gone, he has no switch-ins as Zen Headbutt. Shuckaberry is here because he has some mons that can run Earthquake that I'd be a little worried about, like obviously Quagsire, but Machamp could have Earthquake. Aggron probably will have Earthquake. I mean, Volcanion has Earth Power, but like if Volcanion's going for the Steam Eruption on this thing, if it sees it out here, so yeah, Steam Eruption, Fire Blast, because Steam Eruption's a water move, right? So Fire Blast is what I'm worried about. So that's basically Metagross. You know, Stealth Rocks, that sort of, we're running basically Stealth Rocks. And then I forgot why I ran physical defensive investments. Probably because of Aggron. Probably because of Aggron. I didn't run special defensive investments because I don't think I'm going to be using this against too many special attackers, and I think Pidgeot, even with Heat Wave, is like not even a guaranteed 2-hit KO. I'll have to look at that again, and I might change this if it's guaranteed 2-hit KO, but I don't think it is. So, next up we have actually 3 newcomers this week. We changed things up a bit this week, so that's sort of fun. We're going with Mandibuzz here. Mandibuzz is here to basically troll Mew and to have a handle on Shaymin and Quagsire as well, because Quagsire can run a lot of moves that are easily tauntable. So yeah, basically here to knock things off, knock off any choice specs, choice scarfs, anything of that nature that I don't like. I can just send this thing in and knock it off. And U-turn Scout. I definitely wanted to bring Mandibuzz this week because I think he could see some good play against a lot of mons here. I could run like Air Slash from Machamp, but I don't know. I could probably handle Machamp without Air Slash. So, or Air Slash or Brave Bird. I don't know if I would run Brave Bird with this. This is mainly here to be a wall. So, these might change as well. But I basically went special defensive for Volcanion. Basically Volcanion. And yeah, so I mean, it handles Shaymin, it handles Mew, it handles Quagsire as long as Quagsire doesn't get the Skull Burn. I was thinking of running Lumberry on this, but I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, so that's basically Mandibuzz. And then we brought Kartana again, because we always bring Kartana. And yeah, so we're going with the Chople Berry, so it can eat up you know, hits from Machamp, hits from a superpower from Aggron, that sort of stuff. And yeah, basically the Swords Dance set. I was going to run Choice Band on this, but I decided not to because of the next Pokemon. But running Jolly Natured, so we can outspeed Mega Pidgeot, and we can outspeed. What else did I want to outspeed? There was something else. Oh, I guess Kyurem without Choice Scarf. I think that was the other thing, or was it? No, it wasn't Heliolisk. Maybe it was Heliolisk. I don't remember, but. Basically outspeed that stuff and outspeed Mew and Shaymin as well. So yeah. And then next up we do have another newcomer here, which is Rotom-Mow. And yeah, Rotom-Mow is basically here to trick a Choice Scarf onto things. It's here to, it pretty much one-shots Mega Pidgeot, and then I think it is almost guaranteed to one-shot Volcanion as well. He doesn't really have a switch in to Thunderbolt other than probably Shaymin. Shaman would be the only Pokemon that could take a Thunderbolt. I think even Heliolisk would take a pretty decent chunk of damage from... Oh, and he has Quagsire too. So that's another thing. But if he has Quagsire, I'd probably just go for the trick. If I think he's going to bring in Quagsire. But, yeah. So this is basically here to counter Volcanion. You know, Volcanion can't outspeed Rotom-Mow unless he runs Choice Scarf Volcanion, which I don't think people do. Because Volcanion is so slow. But, yeah. And I mean, yeah, it does pretty well against Quagsire if I make the right predictions. Mega Pidgeot again gets OHKO'd. Even Aggron could take a pretty decent chunk of damage from this thing, so that's cool. That's awesome. And last but not least, this is going to be the week where I bring in Alolan Marowak. I was really debating whether or not I should bring it this week, but I think the positives, for this week at least, outweigh the negatives for Alolan Marowak. The major problem with bringing Alolan Marowak in is it is so slow, and it's just hard to find any opportunities. I think in League it's really hard to find any opportunities to go for like a Marowak sweep or anything close to it. Just to take a Pokemon out, you have to worry about so many things. Because, for example, like Volcanion one-shots this easily. But if Volcanion's not out, I can just go for Earthquake if I predict the Volcanion switch. And yeah, I don't think he would go into Mega Pidgeot. I don't think he would go into... He definitely would not go into Shaman. He maybe go into Mew. It depends on what's out. It depends on what's out and what I might go for. So, you know, you run Flare Blitz, Shadow Bone, and Earthquake. This is typical. That's its typical moveset. I mean Shadow Bone and Flare Blitz, not Earthquake. Earthquake is there just for Aggron, just for Heliolisk. Yeah, basically. And Will-O-Wisp is there, so, you know, he has quite a few physical attackers, so using Will-O-Wisp on one of his mons would be pretty huge. And, like, if I got it off on the Champ, for example, or if I got it on Aggron, there's so many things I could get Will-O-Wisp on, but... And, I did Speed Creep for Aggron, so that way it can take it out with the Earthquake. If Aggron does not have Sturdy, if it does, that's kind of a problem, because he could just hit me with, like, a freaking... Well, even if he hits me with Head Smash, that takes out the Aggron, so I guess that's not too much of a problem. But yeah, I did Speed Creep, and then, you know, just went full HP, full attack. I think that is good. So that is going to be our team for this week. I did not bring Mega Blastoise, and I really hope that throws him off. I don't see much opportunity for Mega Blastoise this week, and so I didn't bring it. And yeah, that, you know, potential to surprise might come in. That might be pretty nice, but I think this is a team that we're rocking with, and hopefully it does well this week. Hopefully I don't make any major misplays like I did last week. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Just thinking about that video, I still laugh at what happened last week, man. Dude, it was just so fucking hilarious. So, I think I just hope that doesn't happen again this week. But yeah, I'm gonna probably start the battle right after I'm done recording this. So yeah, I will see you guys when I take on the LA Arcanines. You know, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff for this video, and I will see you guys later. Keep living the dream. Goodbye.